This is a story of love letters written by Art, my grandfather, to Lois, my grandmother, back in 1944 when he was serving as a United States Marine during World War II. Since it's been some time since I've read a letter from this story, I thought I would recap it thus far. Art and Lois met on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 1944. Art was home on furlough from already having spent 3 years serving in the war. Him and his buddies were drunk as a skunk, and they went into a church where Lois was serving food to the hungry. They exchanged addresses, and Art was very taken with Lois and wanted to become engaged. Lois asked that Art promise not to drink anymore, and he agreed. They continued to write, and just 6 days before this letter I'm going to read you today, they finally became engaged, just 3 months to the date that they first met. Today's letter was written on Sunday, June 25th, 1944, and it begins, Darling, I'm not going to write much tonight as it's hard to write without one of yours to go by. Did the same as I did yesterday, was at the beach all day. We did take pictures though, and we'll send you some, that is, if you like. Oh yes, dear, I did have 2 beers last night. Was with the fellows, and besides, I sure was thirsty. Been plenty warm around here the last few days. You don't mind, do you? You did say it was okay. We met over 2 beers, and they were the first this week. Should be a couple of letters from you tomorrow. Can hardly wait for the morning to come. Hopefully the pictures are included. Not much of a letter, is it, Lois? Oh well, I'll make up for it tomorrow, okay? Please don't get angry. If you do get mad, please take it out in the post office. Bye, honey. With all my love, Art. I'll be honest, I was disappointed with this letter. I was expecting to hear a story of how Art had earned himself an angel halo, and instead there was the confession that he drank beers. However, perhaps Lois had a change of heart and considered all things in moderation, and maybe she was asking too much for him to never drink again. After all, it was only 2 beers, and he did say she thought it was okay. I tried to reason why Art would break the promise, and I think he's suffering from a bit of survivor's guilt. After all, he was only one of 2 Marines to survive a deadly battle, and his brother was just sent into the thick of it for D-Day, and he is sunning by the beach. In honor of today being my grandmother's birthday, I decided it was time to pick this story back up again, regardless of this one letter being a disappointment to me. There are many more letters for me to read, and perhaps the story of Art's Angel's Halo will come up at another time.